Hey guys, it's your boy V back with more Multified content, and today we are taking a look at the SATANA uniform and obviously the Jean Alliance Battle Legend for the Universal Female, including this look that we have right now against the Marvel Legacy uniform that we already had in the game. Now, I'm not a very big fan of this look. I don't like it. SATANA like is supposed to be devilish look and everything. I love this look and everything, so they have kind of ruined it with the April Fool's uniform. I really wish they would have done the Danny Koo art form or whatever it was. So the difference right now with this uniform is actually giving you 70% fire damage. This uniform gives you the same 70%, but on top of that it also gives you 35% elemental damage. Although 35% elemental damage is not a big buff, we knew that since we had the Storm's, previous uniform. Anyways, she also received the artifact which actually gives you attack as well as boss damage dealt. We do have the mighty insight on that character, as well as we will be using Proxima as our second support to cancel the rover because Jean does not have shock. Now, Jean Grey is very strong. She has the maxed out build. Absolutely, you actually need that. It's really hard to score with Jean otherwise. The Satan uniform should help you score higher now in Alliance Battle Legend. Now, how much higher is actually gonna be a big question. So we will be trying to find the answer to that particular question right now. These are the cards, and this is how the swords look like at the moment right now on this account. Now this is the account I'm using actually is my buddy Yonix's. So I think I've used it a couple of times, so you might know the IGN. So if you guys want to check more builds and everything, you can just check that out in game. Now let's just move on to the runs and let me show you. So this was the run. I have two runs prepared for you in this one. The first one is gonna be with this Marvel Legacy Satana uniform along with the Proxima setup. The whole thing is gonna be exactly the same. The only difference in both the runs is gonna be the Marvel Legacy uniform versus the whatever the angel sort of uniform that Satana, like serious Satana gets an angel sort of uniform. April Fools, uh, they have to do better than this. That they actually did the same thing with Gwenpool as well as Deadpool last time, and honestly, I literally hated the Deadpool look because they gave him the Gwenpool look, and Gwenpool got the red Deadpool look, which Deadpool is actually famous for and looks amazing in. So, I am not a big fan of the April Fool's uniform that they do. Some were good in the past, but recently the April Fools has been, I think, the worst seasonal event, I would say, because usually the summer days bring some sort of meta which is totally worthwhile, and compared to other characters as well and everything, just it just works in that way. Now, this one actually was pretty good. It was not exactly the perfect. As you can see, we collected with the second skill. That is what you want for Jean Grey World Boss Alliance Battle Legend. If you are struggling to score, you have to collect the light phase ball after the tier 3 skill rotation with your second skill. That's the best way to reach out the points with the Jean Grey. Otherwise, obviously, you can try different methods. Maybe if you can like collect with the second skill, then go tier 3 skill, that also works out. But if you do tier 3 and then collect afterwards, you can get multiple, you can get I think in 3 tier 3s or something like that, maybe 2 tier 3s in the same light phase, and you can, I just feel that it gives you more score. I could be wrong. If you get more score otherwise or different scenarios, do let me in the comment section. So anyways, we will be dashing out quite sometimes right here with a second skill because of the mobs, but it's all right as long as we get those light balls first and light phases. Well, it's all gonna be fine because that is the main thing about this thing. Now, as you can see, I am dashing a lot with the second skill and it's not exactly optimal. Now you will see what's gonna happen right here. This is what actually I thought was amazing. So we could not get this one, so I'm gonna do the fifth skill right here and then collect it with the second skill. As you saw after the tier 3 skill, this is what I do, what I think is the best way to score with your Jean Grey in Alliance Battle Legend. And actually it works pretty fine. It doesn't work all the time, but it's just good, you know. Anyways, so you will see we are able to delay that light phase. We had like maybe what 2 seconds of light phase remaining. We were slightly late in catching that, but it was a really good run, and definitely 15.2 million without the uniform. So even if you don't have the uniform, if you have a top high end account, you can still score 15 plus with the artifact now with Satana. But most people don't have that, so I suppose uh, it's gonna be important for you to have this uniform to help you with the scores. Now, the catch in this one is that this uniform is a paywall uniform. It's not a free. You cannot get it for crystal. You have to spend real money to get it. Just like the White Fox uniform, just like the other uniforms like Morgan Le Fay and Black Cat. Now, those uniforms actually propose and they gave very big increase, I would say, in terms of scores and everything. The value that they provided was insane. Black Cat is still meta, Morgan is still meta, White Fox has been meta ever since she came with that uniform, and she's just bonkers. So if or is Satana gonna be applying or giving you the same value or not? That's gonna be the main question right here. So it's still good. It's also nice with the first light phase. Actually, was really nice. Second light phase, I think, is where I don't think it was optimal to go. But anyways, we'll see about that. So as I was talking about the paywall uniforms and everything, I do like seasonal uniforms are there, and there will be always a female uniform that gets converted to the paywall uniform, which is pretty nice, definitely. And they do actually give you some really good buffs and everything to make them totally worthwhile spending money on. But lately, especially on this thing, and considering all the other characters getting this treatment, they are moving towards the single day metas just like this one. So Satana at the moment is, I suppose, only useful for one day, which is this Universal Female Alliance Battle Legend for a paywall uniform. Now, I'm not exactly sure if that is gonna be something that you want to invest in, and if you think that's gonna be worth your money to for just one single day, which I don't think it's gonna make a humongous difference, the uniform, because it's only 35% elemental damage, but we will see about that. So White Fox is just used on several days. Morgan Le Fay can be used on several days, multiple days. Satana, I suppose, is only one day, because she, I suppose, is I think she is hero with this uniform, if I'm not wrong. So as you can see, look at that. So I collected the second skill before the tier 3 skill. So I do feel that I made a mistake using that second skill, and because of that we will be losing points right here. So I do think that I could have done better, but you can see we can easily cap, we outscored that, but because of that we are only about 200k 300k over. So that was not exactly the optimal run. I tried several more runs, but I could not get the luck. The RNG was not on my side, so I could not get a better score. So I do think that in the end, Satana's paywall uniform over the Marvel Legacy uniform is gonna be about a 500k to a 600k increase to your Jean Grey. It's not gonna be more than that. And the reason is simple, it's only 35% elemental damage increase. And if you guys remember, when we got the Storm uniform back in the days before the paywall and the other one, this spunk Storm uniform, we got this 35% passive, and this barely helped the characters in World Boss Legend and other content to deal extra damage. So 35 elemental is not that big. We have seen that with the ancient ones, 40% elemental passive as well. It helps, but not that big. So I would say if you really think that Satana is gonna be worthwhile, I maybe she could be and she might not be. Although I feel she is definitely something that you should have if you are collecting these seasonal uniform and you want to spend some money on it, because whenever the cap changes, say Wanda comes to the meta, replacing her, Wanda is also elemental type. So somehow, one way or another, they will find a way to use or make use of Satana's paywall uniform to be in the meta, and then we can basically just go with Wanda leadership, say Satana and then like say Morgan. So I feel that's gonna be their plan for the future, and this uniform is gonna be once a year. So I think it's gonna be worthwhile spending on this uniform. They are barely there. It actually ever happens that the paywall uniforms are not up to the mark, and I think the supports are definitely needed in game as many as you can. So I'll just leave the rest to you guys. Do let me know what you think about the video. Do let me know what you think about this uniform and the support. Give this video a like. Subscribe channel if you already have not. And as always, if you do enjoy the content, I hope to see you again. Take care. I'll see you all in the next one.